Hey, fashionistas and istos. Welcome to The Frugal Fashionist. My name is Lexi Clock, and I'm here to spill my sustainable style secrets. Here at The Frugal Fashionist, you'll get all the best fashion talk, tips, and tricks. Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of my new show. Today's episode, titled The Passion for Fashion, is just the first in a very exciting series dedicated to aspiring fashionists. Today, I, along with my close friend, Miss Sara Monacelli, will discuss sustainable fashion and how you can create your dream wardrobe without partaking in fast fashion trends.
Sara, thanks so much for meeting with me today.
Of course, my pleasure to be here.
Now, I didn't just pick any random friend to come on the show with me. Sara, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm currently a fashion major at Brookdale Community College, and I've been sewing for around 4 years now. I started off doing hemming and stuff for myself out of necessity, but I grew to love it. And I have so many opinions about sustainable fashion. It is very prevalent in the fashion world today, and while a lot of people are taking steps to counteract it, not all are, and they should be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, Sara and I are more than thrilled to get into the exciting and enticing side of fashion. The creativity, identity, and dedication that goes into every scene outfit, let alone every individual piece of clothing, is truly amazing. However, I'd like to take the time today to discuss and highlight the purpose of this new series. I crafted The Frugal Fashionist to both inform and inspire the younger fashion community to make a difference. Growing up in a society that is heavily based on appearance and status, we have been figuratively and literally consumed by consumerism. As people buy more and more, they prove to care less and less about the environment and our future here. I want to steer others away from commercial patterns that have been practiced for years in the making. Needless to say, these patterns prove to go unnoticed because, according to the UN Environment Program, endless mounds of waste produced by the fast fashion industry are said to be responsible for 10% of the world's carbon emissions.
All I can say is ew. Seeing the state of the world and purposely avoiding ways to help is just terrible. And I know we can do better with a little passion for fashion. Now, Sara, what do you think of this tainted trail of trends?
I think that a lot of people see trendy things in stores and think, oh, let me get that, without thinking about how to DIY it or find alternative ways to participate in trends without overspending and over-wasting money, because a lot of clothes end up in thrift stores anyways, so why don't go to thrift stores in the first place? What I like to do is I go to thrift stores and I find fabrics or silhouettes or details of clothes that I personally like and that fits my style, but also current fashion trends.
Yeah.
And then what I do is I sew it and make it into something wearable, because you never find stuff that fits at the thrift store.
Yeah.
So just take it in a little bit at the waist, or like add a dart in the back for a shirt, and you could remake it a whole shirt. Or add two together, and then you can participate in trends without having to over-purchase.
I agree, completely. And so what does sustainable fashion, mean to you? Not a definition, but, what does it mean to you?
It means less waste in general. A lot of times when you cut, fabric for clothes, there's so much extra fabric in between the patterns that just gets completely thrown out usually. What I like to do is just, gather it and put it in a bin so that one day I could do a weaving or upcycling project, because it is fabric at the end of the day and it really is just going to landfills if not, so might as well use it and make it something that you're going to wear and you're going to love.
Exactly. So Sara, in what ways would you say that you contribute to helping end these terrible fashion trends?
Well, apart from my own personal wardrobe, which is mainly thrifted or DIY'd, except for, like I said, basics.
Yes.
I am currently treasurer of the Brookdale Fashion Club, and we just had a club meeting where we went to the free on-campus thrift store.
Beautiful.
Grabbed some items that we like the fabric of or like the construction of, brought it back, and then for 2 club meetings, we DIY'd them, used the sewing machines, and made it into stuff that is more wearable, more usable. Also, we have a fashion show at the end of the year in spring that we usually have a certain theme for, and I believe we're leading toward a more sustainable theme this year. So, like, people can, again, thrift, upcycle, and show people that you can make cute clothes out of a random Grammy's, like, thrift store shirt. Yeah.
You can keep up with trends without breaking your bank or even hurting the environment.
Or even make the trends.
Exactly. You can make
what
trends.
you want to wear, not what other people want you to wear.
Beautifully said, Sarah. So talking about alternative buying methods to keep up with fashion trends without overspending or wasting, what do you have to say about those?
There's a lot of fashion brands nowadays that are trying to turn their fabric and like their production processes to be more sustainable with the fabric contents that they purchase, where they purchase it from, and even like the way they cut it and the way they style it. So there's a lot of sustainable brands out there if you do want to purchase new. But if you don't, or if you want to make it from scratch, there's Fabric Warehouse in Rahway, where you could buy like wholesale or dead stock fabric for really cheap. They're so nice there, and that's just a great place to go where you want fabric to make new stuff without having to like pay Joanne prices.
Yes, of course.
And like want more production for fabrics. Another thing is there's Udelco up north where you could always go and get vintage wholesale for cheap.
Beautiful.
And really any like thrifting Goodwill, like anywhere you want to go that sells thrift, maybe not consignment, but consignment can be good too.
Yes.
As long as you're going to wear it and you're going to make some use out of it at least, make a bag or like make it into a shirt.
Recycling.
Yes, exactly. It's all about reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yes.
So as long as you can participate in that in any way when you're shopping, that's perfect.
Yeah.
But the only thing I buy new personally is basics like tank tops, underwear, stuff you don't want to buy used.
Socks.
Yeah, socks. I don't think you can find socks used.
Absolutely.
When I said go to the thrift store and find fabrics, it actually is more beneficial to you in the long run, because long ago, and by that I mean like maybe 30 years ago, they used more reliable fabrics and reliable methods of sewing the fabrics that it can last you for years and years on end. And now those clothes are currently at the thrift store. Their fabrics and their techniques, it's all at the thrift store. You're not going to find the same like sewing techniques and the same material on Shein.
No.
You all know, you buy that one Shein shirt and then you wash it once, you wear it once, and then there's like pills on it, there's strings hanging out.
Yep.
Even the ones you buy at stores, like I was trying to look for like clothes at the mall the other day.
Yes.
And you could see the serging on the inside. It's completely uneven.
Yeah.
It falls out. But if you look at not all the clothes at the thrift store, because clearly some aren't the best quality,
they're still
but
loved.
when you start getting like a feel for it, you could tell which fabrics are more better quality. Like you could find actual cashmere in thrift stores.
Yes. You can't find it.
You cannot find that
anywhere.
Shein. No. It'll be like some random plastic fur, polyester.
Yes.
But yeah. When you get clothes that are going to last you, even if you buy new clothes that are going to last you, like from a quality brand, with quality fabrics, reputable, it might be more expensive, but it's going to last you so much longer than the $3 pants are ever going to.
Exactly. I completely agree.
So, despite the manufactural and honestly design flaws that these fast fashion brands continue to produce, why do you think that consumers continuously return to them? What is so addicting about them?
Shein and all those brands, it's so addicting because you see these cute clothes on there for so cheap and no effort, and it's just so easy to buy it. But it's really important to realize the harmful effects that come from buying and shopping for those clothes.
Yeah.
Even if you're like, oh, I'm just one person, it's not going to make a difference. it does in the end.
Yeah.
So I really try to avoid Shein, although sometimes I do cave. But
And it's okay to cave,
Yes.
guys. We're not shaming anyone.
I do buy stuff from Shein sometimes, but if I usually try to make it.
Yeah.
Or at least upcycle it, find it somewhere cheaper, because it does make a difference.
Absolutely.
Okay.
One of the most notable quotes on reducing the environmental impact of fast fashion comes from Miss Patsy Perry, who says that less is always more. Sarah, what do you have to say about this?
I believe that quote means only buy what you know you're going to use, or at least attempt to use. I know there's a lot of talk about capsule wardrobes, where only like a few pairs of pants, a few pairs of shirts, and you mix it together. As someone who loves clothes, that isn't really functional for me and my style. So I say, if you're going to thrift, don't let thrift blindness get to you. I know you go in the store and you're like, oh, this is cute, only $7, might as well buy it and then never use it again. I've done that, you've done that, everyone has. Try to go with what you know, your style, the shapes of clothes you like, the silhouettes, the colors, and then use that. Find things that
make you comfortable.
No.
Now, Sarah, if you could offer our new listeners any token of advice, what would that be?
It would be, if you're going to buy what you're going to wear. You know that's your style. If you want something out of your comfort zone, try to make it and not buy it, just because there's just so much waste. It's no use buying a shirt for $2 if it's just going to sit in the back of your closet.
Yeah.
It only hurts, like, the world doesn't, like, help anything.
Yep.
Also, I would learn basic sewing skills.
Absolutely.
If you don't have access to a sewing machine, that is perfectly reasonable, but get some needle and thread. There's so many resources on YouTube.
Yeah. Ask your grandma.
Exactly. It can change your wardrobe completely. Even if you are your existing clothes, just make it fit a little better on the waist, bring it in a bit, change the way a shirt lays. It, one, makes the wardrobe so much better.
Right.
But also when you're DIYing and thrifting, it makes stuff more wearable.
Yeah.
I started sewing because I'm 5 foot tall, and everything was so long on me. So I had to learn how to hem my own pants, and it was so helpful. I wore clothes that, like, I would avoid wearing because I would have to wear tall shoes with them, which just isn't reliable.
You were wearing clothes that didn't fit for a while.
Exactly, yeah. So it helps that, but also after I started learning how to hem, these basic sewing skills, I started wanting to make these clothes that I saw and couldn't afford or have, like, access to. So by thrifting it, you just DIY it.
Yes.
Make it your own.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Again, beautifully put. Thank you so much, Sarah, for taking the time to talk with me and us today and getting serious about a treasured industry.
Of course. It was my pleasure. I'm always happy to help people learn about fashion and different ways to buy fashion.
What a breath of fresh air it was to catch up with Sarah. Such a good friend with beautiful style and a beautiful heart. I told you guys I didn't bring her out here for no reason. Being such an involved and truly creative member of the fashion community, I was lucky to have her as my first guest. Keep in mind her words of wisdom, as small steps towards change are still steps in the right direction. Now, fashion friends, I know today's show was heavy, but tune into the next episode of The Frugal Fashionist, where we are going to talk about safe and smart shopping. And if you have any questions, comments, or tips and tricks of your own, don't be afraid to reach out. Find us on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter so we can hear your thoughts. And always, thanks for listening to The Frugal Fashionist.